Right, we'll cut this short so that we get going. So what I thought we're going to do, we're not going to use the Phoenix. We're actually going to use the PMGG 737 here in Microsoft Flight Sim. Because then we go fly manually. Hello for the third time. Thanks for watching. And so really what I want to have is a comparison between Microsoft Flight Sim and XP12. And I'm pretty sure I have Vagar as well for X-Plane. I should have at least.
Good night.
Lee, ja, kein Problem. Lee, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out and looking over the chat. As always, vielen, vielen Dank. Mach's gut. Bleib gesund. We'll take the 700 for that. Liveries, anything good? Oh yeah, this one here. Right, so let's do daytime. 350 at 57 kilometers an hour. Lol. I don't have Vagar there. And I may be dreaming regarding Vagar. Oh, it's called Faroe Islands. Yeah. I have it. Yeah, there we go. I've got it. Far away. It's from Aerosoft. So. Wow, that's the difference in... It's so weird coming from P3D now into Microsoft Flight Sim. It is really weird. So we are on live weather, which means time is fine. Which means currently we have... yeah, there we go, 350. So wind from the right, 350, 31 gusts, 41. Now I dare to say that this would actually be above limits. HZPort says hi. I don't know why it says that. So again, guys, this is just a test, okay? Anything can happen. All right. So just saying. We'll use fuel. Let's put... why is that pounds again? Blimey. Options, no. Aircraft. Displays. Kilograms. Track it up and over. There we go. So... let's use 4,000 kilograms of fuel and let's go with payload about 75%. There we go. So departure, we'll go depart runway 30. Obviously we'll take any kind of departure, doesn't really matter. performance in it. Reserves 2, crossing X5. And we'll go, I don't know, 6,000 feet or something. Execute. I just want to pull out a chart so I know what I'm doing. We don't have a... You know what? It's still not there. I don't know why. But it's quite funny that in that interview, you know, Randazzo said he actually absolutely dislikes the 737. I was surprised by that. I thought he really liked it. So we'll go with Isla Zulu. That's 305 inbound. That's offset, obviously, but it's going to be good for memes, that's for sure. Right, so that off, that off. We're almost ready. Almost ready. Just doing that, that. 6,000. Yeah, I know he does have that tendency to be a little bit more sarcastic about these things, but I don't know. It sounded sincere, if you ask me. But yeah, he might just be playing around. If you're wondering what that means, wind ski, that's a mountain nearby, and the mountaintop they have 58 knots of wind. Why is that important? Well, for pilots coming into approach, it is important because the airport is lower than the surrounding mountains. So that does make sense to have, you know, some value that is a bit higher up. So that was 993. 993 is set. Looks good. That looks good. RTO is fine. Flaps are fine. Oh, hold on. Control options. I don't know if the mountain is called Skeet or something, or if it's a short abbreviation for that. I am not 100% sure on that. That looks good. Let's put the frequency 10.3. Again, it's just a short pattern. We'll do that in about 6,000 feet. And that's all I need. Why is that not working? Okay. Hang on. Ah, there we go. That's why. Perfect. Cool. Right. Shall we try that then? N1 limit. Let's go full power takeoff. Flaps 5. Trim 5.17. Trim set. Let's go dum. Disregard that. 129. Right, so the takeoff will already be weird. So to show you what I'm doing, so here's the theory. So contrary to the Airbus, here we actually already put in right aileron into the wind, and then a bit forward pressure to get the nose wheel firmly on the ground with the help of the elevators. And so we have more traction on the nose wheel, which should hopefully allow us to track the centerline better until the rudder gets enough aerodynamic force to help out. Cool. God, I hope I haven't forgotten anything. Right, there we go. So normally yeah, there we go. Now I can feel the nose trying to go into the wind. Look at that. So left rudder and almost full right aileron. Now relax the rudder.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up so that the nose can kind of weather vane into the wind. And there we go. Now you can see that crab angle. As we're being blown to the side. Whoop. Yeah. Right, so... Good, let's go. Let's go level change. Heading select. Let's put the autopilot on. Increase the speed. Comes flaps 1. Oh, then we have level change. Oh, now we go. Yeah, so Metal TV, yes indeed. So the Boeing 737 is, you know, a conventional aircraft. So that's why you would use those same techniques. And the same goes for the landing. So even after you touch down, you should lower the nose gear fairly quickly, so that you have, again, better traction for the center line. And then, again, you just not relax the yoke when you touch down. That's one of the biggest mistakes you can do in the 737, or conventional aircraft for that sake, when you have very strong crosswinds, and then, you know, you're happy you kind of made it down, and you're like, oh, thank God for that, right? And you relax your hand, you know, you let go of that input, but the aircraft still has aerodynamic forces. Even though spoilers are up, you know, the wind can still lift the wing a bit, so you want to be careful with that. So 10,000 feet. Let's just level off 10,000 then. Departure, arrival. ILS 30. We'll do that, and then it's 305. There we go. That's the center line. Fantastic. And we intercept that out of 4,000. So let's go down 5,000 first of all. Order break 3. So there you can see that the wingtips actually have quite a bit of wing flex. There we go. So so this is the thing. If you have that kind of wing flex, you would seriously feel that in the flight deck. You would be moving about quite heavily. Well, I wouldn't say you push that. Well, you could push the yoke down after the nose gear has touched the ground. I wouldn't push the nose gear, the yoke down before the nose gear. The nose gear will come down automatically after touchdown. So, guys, this is what I mean with Microsoft Flight Sim being more a visual simulation than actually an inertia-driven simulation. So if you have these kind of changes in, you know, wind speed, or let's say oncoming wind or airflow, the aircraft would react. It would go up and down, simply because the autopilot system and you know, the way then the lift coefficients work and the center of gravity is situated, it would not react that quickly to these changes. And so there would be, let me just get the autopilot off. You would have this, like this movement, kind of that speed. So that will be the turbulence I would expect right now to have in these wind conditions, you see? It's not this, so actually, lol, it's not doing anything. So, see, you know, it wouldn't do, yeah, it wouldn't do that, right? But it would do these you know, little rolls and bobbing up and down a bit. So that's what I would expect from a good simulator. And not just a simple, you know, visual simulation regarding the, you know, the wind speed or the indicated airspeed. Hey, J-Snap, nice to see you. Thank you so much for your support. J-Snap, I hope you're doing well. Amantha, you're still descending into Madrid. Nice, though. Enjoy the landing. So, let's set the approach. Now, of course, we're not going to do a 40. I'm going to do a flat 30 landing. And we're going to add a good 10 knots to that. So 139 for the
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box
approach speed.
Subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks.
Oh, Jason, that's interesting. Yeah,
flight entertainment will be served.
I'll be testing. I'll be doing another flight after this one in the XP12, same airport. I do have the airport in XP11 as XP12 as well, so that's good news. So flaps coming 5. So I'm not sure why the ILS isn't indicating it. Uh, 110.3, Mike Foxtrot, 305. That's all correct. Alrighty, anyways, we could go visual early enough anyway, so here comes a good test then. So a good 35 knot crosswind. NAF number 1 and 2. Ah! Hey Bruno, how you doing? Well, yeah, so Bob, definitely I did want to try out the 737. I mean, the Phoenix is nice to fly, but obviously with that augmentation, it doesn't really give you the proper feel. Right, so what's the language? 54 tons, not too bad. Hey Chris, how you doing? Hope you're doing well, Chris. Thanks for saying hello. And yeah, I'm just messing about a bit. So we had 2 flights. Even was a P3D, quality wing 787, really enjoyable. And so now we're just testing the crosswind here at Vagar and see if we get any turbulence or not, and you know how it feels. I've just been commenting on what I would expect right now regarding how the aircraft would behave, and so I mean right now it's just way too smooth. And that's something I found out as well while I was testing the last 2 days. Microsoft seems fairly smooth down to, let's say, 1,000 feet height, and then suddenly you get the turbulence effects. You were climbing with only 200 feet per minute, anti-ice enabled. Really? But do you have icing effects on? Because that does mess up currently, not just the Phoenix, I think. So if you go options, where is it? Ice. Hey, there we go. Icing. Well, that you know that Microsoft, that's completely bugged, the icing. That kills literally every add-on. Metas, I think both aircraft add-ons are fine, so they are very enjoyable. What I dislike is when some people come out and say, you know, Microsoft is the absolute most realistic simulator out there. Well, maybe visually, yes, but aerodynamically, no, it's not. It has some serious flaws. And if you know aircraft, or if you fly aircraft in real life and you know how aircraft aerodynamically behave, you really start to feel that, you know, it doesn't matter what weight you're at, the aircraft always feels the same. I can change that setting if you like. Hang on, let me just see if that's spiking or not. So let's have a look. Is that better now? Yeah, so I can dial that down a bit. It shouldn't be spiking anymore. No, Amantha, no. So it's still people are reporting, especially with GA aircraft, that it is still lacking realism. And look, we've got 40 knots of wind, and we have literally zero turbulence. It's like flying in smooth air right now. And we are on live weather. But real turb, that's only for the cat areas, correct? It's not for anything else. Yeah, and with mountains around, you would have lee waves, you know. In real life, this would be horrible. Chris, you're doing well. You're doing your CAD work. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. Yeah, I hope everyone is well. Right, again, look, you know, almost no turbulence whatsoever. And here you can see how the wind changes. Look at that, and there's literally no effect on the speed. The aircraft doesn't move. Yeah, so Amantha, the thing is this, so I'm not bashing Microsoft, don't get me wrong, I enjoy Microsoft Flight Sim. It's just that I would like to see some improvements. Right, you see now it's suddenly, for some reason, now it's starting to wobble about a bit, which is alright. I'm you know, happy that it does finally, but we'll see how it goes on from here. So, we'll go manual thrust. Gears coming down, and we said we want to have 139. Okay, Bob, then I have to read through the description again. So flaps 30, final setting. What's... There we go. Should be very calm. That's all done. So, manual flight. Here goes nothing. That picture though, right? You gotta love that crab angle. And again, I love the scenery, I love the visuals. That is really fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. So I can let go of the yoke for a while. The aircraft is nicely in trim, which is always a big plus. And then of course, once the speed changes...
Terrain, pull up.
Disregard.
Terrain, pull up.
So there's just a little jolt there regarding turbulence. Now we've got a bit of updraft, which is fine. That's alright, I like that. Gotta go correct, aggressively.
Terrain, pull up. Terrain, pull up.
So do I see that?
Terrain, pull up.
There you go. Right, let's continue down here. There's a train ahead. Right, on path. It seems according to party lights. Yeah, so look, 40 knots crosswind. This hill here would cause havoc. In this wind condition, I don't think you would be able to approach the runway. Because what would happen now, the wind would funnel around the corner here, and you would get a real bad shear effect. So yeah, you see the inputs I have to make in the yoke?
300.
Almost none.
200. 100. 50. 30.
Right, full aileron. Nose down. Get traction. Keep the nose down. I reverse and activate again here. I don't know why, but there we go. Manual brakes. Yeah, Toto. That's what I mean. You know, because it's enjoyable. Don't get me wrong. For flight simmers, you know, that kind of you know, action, but actually controllable, so you don't have the feeling that you know, you have no chance, right? That's fine from a gamer's point of view. Yeah, exactly. So stability makes you feel like you're a good pilot. That's what flight simmers want, right? But again, I just try to kind of get the arguments that a lot of influencers put out there, saying, you know, Microsoft is the best add-on and it's so realistic. A lost player. Hey, thank you so much for the £2. In terms of flight dynamics, P3. Okay, so definitely, if you compare P3D to Microsoft Flight Sim, I would go with Microsoft Flight Sim. P3D is even more stable than what we just saw there. And again, it's not about discussion whether or not Microsoft Flight Sim is enjoyable or not. No, I enjoy Microsoft Flight Sim. It's just trying to demonstrate what we have currently at this stage. You know, with these sims. Yeah, Bob. I know you can get some add-ons, but out of the box, obviously, early access. Is that the one? I'm not sure if that's the latest version or not. Oh, and I have to do one more thing, guys. Sorry, I just need to restart that. I need to check the scenery order because I just put in Vagar. So just to make sure that it's going to show up correctly. Overlay terrain, airport overlay terrain. Isn't overlay... Does overlay has to go below terrain, correct? Toto or JSnap? So airport on top, Faro, airport top, and then overlay. Yeah, Oyster, I have the update. So the question is... Okay, so terrain then is the mesh. Okay, that should be right. Yeah. So regarding the level D simulators, Fabio made a good point today that even the level D simulators aren't 100% realistic, and he's correct with that. They're not. I see any kind of simulator I see as a procedure trainer more than a real world aerodynamic simulator. But you could do some basic landing training with that as well, no doubt. So here's the thing now with oh, actually disregard. You can't use active sky. Disregard. Closing that again. No, we have to use real weather. JSnap, yeah. Yeah, I know. I do care a lot about how the flight sim looks. Absolutely. So, for me in XP12 right now, ortho is a must. Oh, that's nice. Got some nice winter textures as well. All right, no sound. Let's see why. Sound output, enable sounds. And that's why. So we want that to be on input. There we go. Cool. So the same idea, guys. We're going to be on flight configuration. Copper. Well, you know that word, don't you? So real weather. So we've got 35 knots, gusting 36 at 21 degrees. So right crosswind. So this should be interesting as well. Right, so again, real world weather out of the box. The Zebo mod is at 3.55. Is that correct? Or am I using the wrong aircraft? Just make sure that I have the right version. Zebo, XP12.
Guys, the wheels on board.
3. Yeah, that's early access, and then it says 3.1. Ah, okay, so no, that's not the right one then. Hang on, sorry. I think it's this one. Let's try that. So it should be 3.55, but it should be 3.11 or something.
4.
5. Yeah, that's the one JSEP meant, I think. That's the same one, 3.0. All right, but I think that's what JSTEP was on about regarding the. Right, payload fuel is fine. Let's go payload. I don't know. Let's do 10,000 kilograms. Yeah, 53. Let's put a bit more. Okay, let's put. Hey, Said Ali, how you doing?
Guys, the wheels on board.
Cool. Alrighty. So FMC, good database. Position it is fine. Why? Hang on, disregard. Why am I in Keflavik? There we go. Right. So departure arrival, departure 30, and we will do activate, execute. Hey Hayden, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. So 0 fuel weight 56 reserves that 5, and again we'll do, I don't know, 80 or something like that. That's fine. And then the landing altitude is around about 250 or something. That's fine. Hey Ali, yeah, all the best wishes for that. All the best wishes. So full power takeoff, and again we're going to do flaps 5. That's fine, and the speed 141. Is it me? Am I drunk, or is the aircraft moving? Ever so slightly. Or have I just been flight simming too long now today? Right. Cool. Alrighty, let's have a look here outside quickly. That's realistic. Right. So, let's do this. Don't know why. Hang on. Hold on. Oh, that's why. The spoiler lever wasn't fully down. That's why. Okay, disregard. Cool. We ready? Let's do this. So again, we go there. So N1. Oh, flaps are set to high. That's fine. Flaps go 5. So again, full left rudder, little bit nose down. 80 knots. There we go. Checked.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive read.
Right, relax the rudder, let the aircraft go into the wind.
400. $1,000.
Right, so TCAS on. So here as well, I would say right now it feels also a tad too stable, if I'm completely honest. I would expect a lot more turbulence. Although now we see the speed drop. What? Why? Oh. There's something I noticed as well here in P3 and in XP12. The yoke, obviously, here in the Zebo. Well, it would be active in the real aircraft as well, no doubt.
1,000 to go.
I'm not sure if it would be that active. I wonder how the wind has changed. Look at that. It's at 250 at 28. Let's do a flap 30 landing again. We'll add 10 knots. So that's going to be around about
1,000 to go.
51. Let me just check the weather for Vagar. So right now 350 at 30, 993 is the QNH. 993. So arrival, let's put this there, ILS Zulu 30, execute, and 305, So 110.3, and I learned from both sides on both sides now.
1,000 to go.
Alrighty. Is it possible to intercept the beginning of approach with a given course with the A320? No, so you need to be on intercept heading if that's what you're asking. You always need to be on course to the localizer. The only way you could do an intercept from here would be to go with the nav mode. Gotta get yourself a direct to the final fix. There's an interesting wind again. So 300 at 35, and it will shift. It will shift. That looks nice. That looks pretty. So let's slow down. Sorry, it's just a habit. Try to look left. Ah, there we go. Well, I mean, the thing is this. So, someone pointed out quite correctly that if you use orthos and XP12, then it doesn't have snow, right? The weird thing was, I did testing in XP12 in Jackson Hole, and I have orthos for that, and I saw it once with scenery with kind of green, and then there was a different temperature, and apparently then I had snow textures as well. So I'm not sure if that's correct anymore in XP12 regarding no snow textures. Yeah, there we go, JSnap. That, you see, I was so kind of confused because someone was telling me, no, orthos, you don't have snow textures. Yeah, they do now, right? Oh, okay, so how cool is that? That is freaking awesome. Amantha, okay, it's fantastic. But that's really cool. Alright, low class capture. So the same applies here. Now here it is a little bit more twitchy regarding the turbulence, but it's still somewhat below what I would expect right now. But at least you can see it's a little bit alive. No, I would have to switch hard drives again. Jason, there we go. Right, let's have a light. Look at that wind. I mean, yeah, you can argue, yeah, alright, XP12 is not quite as pretty as Magnus Flight Sim, I give you that, but it has improved. Yeah, Toto, so I'm interested to see what's going to happen here now. So Toto says that in XP12 now, you have mountain waves simulated. So once we get closer to that ridge I was talking about in, when you approached in Max Flight Sim, yeah, it could get interesting. I don't, Captain Arkas, I'm not sure if it's just simple camera, a camera issue. Because, where's the camera focused on? Is it the frame of the cockpit or is it outside? Oh no, jeans is fine. Don't worry about my jeans. I'm comfortable in that. I mean, in summertime, I sit here with shorts, so. Cinema, they're in the view menu. Okay, hang on. View. There. And then? Ah, okay, now the head is moving. Is that what you mean?
2,500.
Ah, okay, nice. I didn't know that. Thank you. So that was 150. Yeah, 150 is set. Yeah, okay, Captain Akas, I may give that a try then. But in the end, it doesn't change anything regarding the way the aircraft moves and so on. But yeah, I mean, the approach with the... oh, that trim wheel. Let's go magnify. That approach was fun. I enjoyed the approach of Max Flight Sim. You know, I just pointed out something...
2,500.
Well, I just disagree with others that say Max Flight Sim is so realistic. So right now, what I'm seeing here right now, is that whenever the nose moves too quickly left and right, that again is unrealistic. So it should have, you know, it should have some rolling motion and maybe some smaller jolts, but it shouldn't go, you know, really quickly left and right. So like this, it would be okay, but yeah, that clicking noise is a speed brake lever for some reason.
$1,000.
1,000 feet, stabilized, missile approach altitude set.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Oh yeah, look at that. I can feel that's the updraft. That is interesting. Yeah, that's definitely pronounced.
1,000.
Longer pronounced
1,000 feet,
updraft.
stabilized, missile approach altitude set.
Well, we had a little bit similar to Microsoft earlier on. So that seems to be somewhat similar. Another updraft. That's a downdraft.
400.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting.
$300.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot more unstable than
200.
what we had. earlier on.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Let's get it down. Reverse. And yeah, pressure.
$80 knots.
Yeah, so it's not perfect. Don't get me wrong.
Now that's how pros do it.
But again, that's exactly the same thing that I found out over the last 2 days when I did some testing with Microsoft, you know, in Phoenix, in the TOLIS, the Inibuilds, and the Zibo and PNG mods. The add-ons are becoming better and better, so the flight sims are getting better and better, and there are some similarities. Yeah, so that is definitely true. But one thing you do feel, and that is in XP12, there is a difference when it comes to different aircraft weights, for example. So a heavier jet will feel different compared to a lighter jet. That's something you don't have in Microsoft Flight Sim. In Microsoft Flight Sim, what you have is a speed simulation where the acceleration is not as high, or deceleration is not as high on a heavy aircraft, but it's not inertia driven. It's just simply, you know, computer code driven in the sense that it's trying to simulate something on the display, which is different here in XP12. So the reason why I'm after this is because I get regular questions on my streams where people ask me, what feels more realistic? Is it XP12? Is it Microsoft Flight Sim, or is it P3D? And the differences aren't great, but in the end, XP12 does feel more realistic, and that, I stand by that. And you know, this again has proven it to me that yeah, with the external influences of the wind, up down drafts, and quite honestly, in these conditions that we just saw in real life, you would get a, you know, kind of a uplift or downdraft at some point that would destabilize you to a point, very likely, that you would have to go around. I kind of forced the aircraft onto the ground there, and in real life, I think that would have been a go around. I don't think you would have tried to, you know, to force that aircraft onto the runway like I did. But I just wanted to see how I can recover that and, you know, get the aircraft down. Yeah, so I always, that's my point. I'm always happy to see flight sims improve, you know, become more and more realistic, and it's these nuances that most flight simmers don't realize and don't care about, which is fine. But for us, you know, hardcore flight simmers that really, you know, look for these kind of, you know, differences and subtle differences. Yeah, that's fantastic if that gets developed and you know, comes to us. Anyways, that shall be it. My God, thank you so much for watching, and for all the fantastic questions that we had today again. Although, I mean, it's late anyways, right? So, although, I don't know if I have the latest update. Let's just see. Right. Hey, Bob. Yeah, see you next week. Take care. Yeah, Yurik, my pleasure, my pleasure. Again, you know, I'm very passionate about these things. I'm passionate about flight simming, and for some reason, I like going against mainstream. So when I hear, you know, when I hear the sim influencers, or sim influencer as they're called, and I don't really see myself that much of an influencer, because I often go against the grain. I often complain about stuff that others don't, and but then again, I mean, I love proving my point as well, knowing that I'm right. Toto, can I go and put this onto the runway? Enter the runway. Restore position there, and then enter what? Entered runway or later state? Uncheck. Okay. Cool. Ah. Nice. Cool. Guys, I'm not going to try to prove anything here. We've seen how different XP12 is to Max the Flight Sim. I'm just wondering why. joystick. That's fine. Autopilot go around? No, how did that change? Thrust reverse. Let's do that. So, quick setup. Oh, is that still broken from last time? No, it should be a new aircraft, shouldn't it? Breaker, Charlie Bravo, what? Where do I find it? Left side, right side? Charlie Bravo 1. Ah, okay. Flight. Okay, failures. Clear all. Clear all active. Ah, there we go. Cool. So, crosstalk fail, but we'll see. So, take off. No, no, it's fine. No, just you know, just something that I have on the display there. Thank you much, Vinny. Take care. Just rotate 121. Yeah, all right. Radio. So let's see this. So done that, done that, done that. that works. Good. Rocket! Love it. Right, let's level off at 5,000 here. Oh, hang on. Oh. Is that the wrong way round? Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, sorry, my
4,500.
my flap lever is reversed for some reason. Yeah, I was a bit out of trim, so it's kind of fighting to trim right now. Okay, so good. Okay, so now we've got that. Zulu 30. Vectors execute. There we are. Yeah, that's already tuned. 10.3. That's fine. And the bar row, obviously. So let's go menu. It's not tuned. Okay. Oops. Yeah, let me try that then. Was it 983? .41 knots gusting now at the moment. Crazy. 994. Derpex, well, that's just the add-on. It's Faroe Islands add-on, and so Ah, okay, there we go. Right, finally. Good God. Right, and then what? 305. Whew. Gotcha, gotcha. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. Let's go. Move the speed down. Let's intersect. Toto's going like, how can you forget that already? Do we need to tune that again on the other side?
Bank angle, bank angle.
What?
Bank angle, bank angle. Bank angle, bank angle.
Okay, so both sides set now. So that's done, that's done, that's done. And let's go on the approach. 4,000 feet. Yeah, we're slowly getting there. Thanks, Toto. We're slowly getting there. Localizers coming in. Approach lock. Beauty. Alrighty. Here we go. Let's see how we manage here. Ice, by the way. Ice. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, cool. 126. Yeah, about 129. Are you sure? With that gusty wind, don't I want a bit more addition? Yeah, well, that's pretty close though. Yeah, let's go 130 then, I guess. So 130 for me, because I need that extra. Yeah, so I don't know, like between 130, 134, somewhere in between that. Ice. Right. So hopefully 130, 134. Okay, roger that. Here comes the glide slope, 4,000. There's the runway. Ah, okay. Ah, okay. It's the first time actually used wing anti-ice in the sim, so it does take a while to heat up, and then it shows wing cowl in green. That's clever. Oh, sorry for the sound. God, it's so loud. I'm sorry. Toto, would you go with flaps 35 or flaps 30 or 45 in these conditions? Flaps 45, okay. Now I have to remember I need to pull the spoilers, so speed brakes myself.
2,500.
Alrighty, let's have a look. So gears down, flaps 30, everything's done. Let me use the... Let's go manual flight here, so... Yeah, I know. So when it's showing like this, it shows the flight path vector is outside of its visual range right now. So for those that don't know what to look for, here's the localized indication. That's flight slope. Yeah, non-conformal to outside, so it's outside of the viewing. Okay. So this is my flight director, if you like. So this is my flight path vector, and that's the flight direct indication. So I want to keep that little circle in my bigger circle there. Although right now, obviously, since we are drifting a lot to the left, there we go. Now we're back. So we got 32 knots. So a good 30 to 25 knot crosswind. What was the limit again, Toto, for the Challenger crosswind limit? 25? 24, okay. So we would be pretty close or just outside of the limit here. About 30 knots now. Should be very close to the maximum. Right.
1,000.
Yeah, look at that. You see the flight path vector going up? That shows you we've got a nice updraft, and that's why the head-up display is actually really, really good. I mean, normally in the real aircraft, you would feel the aircraft being lifted up, so you have kind of that, you know, G-load sensation that would help you. And that's what we call flying by the back of your pants of your seats, or seat of your pants. I don't know, somewhere around there, but you know what I mean. So, but here, you have to rely on that flight path vector cue then. Yeah, and I'm really kind of having to... yeah, but this actually feels a lot more what I would expect the real aircraft to be like. So not excessive, but you feel the aircraft is moving around.
500.
There's a downdraft. I can see that from the flight path vector, so I know I have to correct now. Now the downdraft, look at that. You can just see that from the flight path vector. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, overspeed, let's correct that. Now we got the updraft, look at that. cover that nicely. Downdraft, careful now. Add some thrusts.
One 150, 40, 30, 20, 10.
I don't want to float too long. Come on, let it down. Get down. Come on. There we go. Spoilers. And braking. Wow, a lot of... I have to hold on my desk. I'm braking so hard. Lol. Wow. Brilliant. I know that people think I'm always talking way too positive about the Challenger 650, but what can I say? This aircraft, now the approach, knowing or having flown the Zebo before, this felt really good. Really, really good. What do you mean, Toto? Come on, we've been through a lot together. I thought you had finally some faith in my flying ability with the the Challenger. I'll give you that. I'm not really that confident with you know, the avionics, but flying, I mean, come on. Yeah, it really is brilliant. Again, a little, you know, it's just these little differences that you will pick up, and I'm sure that the experienced flight simmers will pick those differences up as well. Really nice. I love the head-up display. I love the way it kind of shows you quickly if you've got updrafts, downdrafts, you know, drifting left or right. Okay, Toto. Well, that's good. That's good. That shows me that you know, my stream's entertaining. That's good to know. All right, guys, that is definitely it for tonight. And I really enjoyed that. That was really cool. So let me say it to you at the end. Guys, it's important that you enjoy your flight sim. Don't listen so much to myself. You know, what I say.
Black box.
I can only give you my feedback from the background that I have. It doesn't mean that I'm right. You know, it doesn't mean that if you do what I do, then you'll enjoy the flight sim. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to show you guys the differences that I feel are there. So that's all it is. All right, cool. Thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy your flight sim, like I said, and stay healthy, stay well, and I will see you again next Wednesday. I've got work to do, another 5-day rotation coming up. So, unfortunately, I'd love to stream more often, but right now, next live stream is next Wednesday. So not tomorrow. Okay, guys? Tomorrow in a week. Okay. Cool. My moderators, thank you so much. I'm sorry it's become so late again. My dear moderators, thank you so much. And Toto, thank you as well for all the inputs. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you soon, guys. Good night.